Hello guys, today we'll do LeetCode question 66 plus 1. Question is, you are given a large integer represented as an integer array digits, where each digit I is the ith digit of the integer. The digits are ordered from most significant to least significant in left to right order. The large integer does not contain any leading zeros. Increment the large integer by 1 and return the resulting array of digits. So digits is equal to 1, 2, 3. Output is 1, 2, and 4. The array represents the integer 1, 2, 3, so 123. Incrementing by 1 gives 123 plus 1, which is 124. So the result should be 121, 2, 4 in an array. Example 2, digits is 4, 3, 2, 1. It's the same, output 4, 3, 2, 2, because we add 1 to 4,321, which makes 4,322, and we turn it to an array. Example 3, digits is 9. The output is an array of 1 and 0, because 9 plus 1 is 10. So the way we'll do this is by looping through the array from the array length down to 0, so from the end array to the beginning. If the digit is not 9, we just increment it and we return the current digits. If the digit is 9, we set the value to 0 and we continue until there's a digit that's not 9, and then we increment it and return it. If all digits are 9, then we set them to 0, and while we exit the for loop, we then set the first value of the array. We set a new value as the first value of the array by unshifting it and set the value as 1. So for example here, the value is 9, we set it to 0, we exit the array and we set as 1, we set a new element in the first value of the array as 1 and we return that. Let me show you how we'll do this. So here we have digits, we'll loop through the array, start from the end. So I will be equal to 2 as long as it is bigger than or equal to 0. So we check, is the value of 3 less than 9? It is, so we increment it, we set it to 4, and then we return digits. So now that's 1, 2, 4. That'll be our return value. But let's say we have a digits array which has 9 in it. So let's say it's 1, 9, 9. Again, we start from I is equal to 2. So we're here. Is I smaller than 9? No. So then we set this value to 0. Then we increment I as well to go to our next value. So this is 0, I is 1. Now we're here. Is I equal to 9? Yes, so we increment that again. And we set that to 0. And we decrement I is now 0. So now we're here. Is I smaller than 9? Yes. So we increment our value, that's 200, and we return it. As you know, 199 plus 1 is equal to 200. So that'll be the correct return statement, return value. But let's say we have an array, let's say example 3, just a 9. So there will be no element to increment after the 9. So again, we start from I, which is equal to 0. We check the value at 0. Is 0 smaller than 9? No. So we set the value to 0. But now we know 0 is wrong. We can't return 0 because 9 plus 1 is not 0, 9 plus 1 is 10. So what we do is we unshift, which means we set an element at the first value, and we always set it to 1. Because if we can add 1, we know that the max that the value can plus 9 plus 1 can be is 10. It can't be more than that. So we can't add a 2. So we just add 1. 10 is the result. That's correct. 9 plus 1 is 10. So again, we loop through our array first. So from the last value in the array, so I is equal to digits.length minus 1. Then as long as it's in the array, so it's bigger than or equal to 0, then we decrement. Now we check. If the value at digits is smaller than 9, then we know we can just increment it. So we increment the value of digits plus 1 by 1. So digits I plus or equals 1. And then we return digits now, because if we don't, then it will keep incrementing more than once, and that's incorrect. Now, if the digit is not smaller than 9, then we know it would have to be 9. So we set the value at digits to 0. And if the array does not let me increment at all, and we never iterate this loop, that means we'll have a 0 as our first value. For example here, we get 9. After we get 9, we set the digits to 0, and then the for loop finishes. So we right now only have a 0. In that case, we have to set a first value as a new value in the array. So we do digits.unshift, which checks a value at the beginning of the array, and we set it as 1. And then we return the digits array. Let's see if that passes. It does. Let's submit. As you can see, this is one of the fastest. Let's move this over here. It's one of the fastest methods. It beats 100% of people, and it also beats most people for space complexity as well. The time complexity of this is O of n, as we're looping through the whole array worst case. And the space complexity of this is O1, as we're not really storing any extra variables. Thanks for watching.